If you recall the movie Wedding Crashes, there was the artist brother, the one who cornered Vince Vaughn in the middle of the night. And he was like, I made you a painting. I call it Celebration, sexual and violent. Thought you might like it. That dude. He looked a bit like Craig from the Vines. He was an amazing character because he did tap into the archetype of the overly sensitive, maladjusted artist, and that kind of outcasty type of figure is the one that you have in your mind of like the weirdo kid at school who does just spend all his time making music or doing his paintings or yeah, just kind of like writing a manifesto how he's going to blow up the school. One of those three. And you think art is going to be the solace and the kind of destination for those type of kids because they are too sensitive for the world and they feel too much and they need to channel all those emotions into their art. And then I feel like recently, because at the moment the internet is very much like the Wild West where people's attentions are shifting from mainstream sources such as cinema and TV, and it's going out onto the internet. And so there are people out there who are kind of like, quote unquote, educating the masses about how to market themselves and how to be creators, be a creative. The Tim Ferrisses and the Jay Shetty's of the world, all those douchebags who kind of basically put an entrepreneurial spin on artistry and kind of like teach you how to map out a content schedule and how to uh kind of master SEO so that you can get your creations to appear within the algorithm and get in front of enough eyeballs and get the clicks and the ad revenue and blah 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 blah. And those people are kind of like the antithesis of the weirdo little brother from Wedding Crashes. They have zero sensitivity. They don't understand what the fuck is going on in the world apart from their little section of the internet. And there is just yeah, there is zero sensitivity or understanding of the I hate this fucking expression, but the human condition. They have no idea of actually what's going on uh with people. They just kind of have an understanding of what fonts are big with YouTube thumbnails right now. They're good at the subculture of internet content proliferation, but they couldn't tell you yeah, that they would have trouble relating to another human on any way, shape, or having any type of shared experiences. So I don't know. It is an important question of like where is the on where on the spectrum should you fall? And I don't know. I never do this, but when I was when I was on Twitter the other day, I found tweet a quote tweet that is pertinent to this topic. It's from Gustave Flaubert, and old mate Gustave said, and I quote, "Be regular and orderly in your life, so that you may be violent and original in your work." So I think that's pretty good. I think that's like basically be a normie to a certain degree. Like, don't be like the weirdo in Wedding Crashes who can't relate to his family and he's making life really difficult for himself. It's kind of like a pose that he's adopted of the artist. Um, but yeah, I feel like you kind of need to have enough sensitivity to understand the strangeness in the world. Um, like even when things are going good, let's say you've kind of like got a good relationship with your family, you've got some mates, you're holding down a 9 to 5 job that's keeping food on the table, blah, blah, blah. But you've got to kind of be picking holes in that and be going like, why does this suck? Like what's wrong with this? Kind of like what's strange about it? Because that's the fodder for your work. And then you've also and but you've got to be then you've got to take the next step of like you've got to be okay pushing your brand of strangeness onto strangers. And I feel like that is the kind of like the weirdo brother. He's too introverted and too fucking overly sensitive to take that next step and push it onto other people. The Jay Shetty disciples, they have no fucking actual chops, but they have zero qualms pushing it onto other people. You've kind of got to develop the skill set and the like the intentionality to be like, yeah, I'm doing all this to push it out onto people. It's not just going to fester within me. You got to be have balls on you to be like what I'm saying or doing or painting or creating whatever it is, it needs to get out of me. You kind of like have a callous attitude towards like, yeah, I hope the right people find it, but I also don't give a fuck as long as it's out of me. And once it's out of me, it could cause carnage. It could offend people in your life. It could lose you jobs. It could get you banned on Twitter or Instagram or whatever. But if you're okay with pushing your strangeness onto other people, you'll just accept those consequences and be like, yeah, whatever. Who gives a fuck? So yeah, I feel like that's the kind of insensitive part that you kind of need to you need to work on, as opposed to just the weirdo in your room working on shit and never having the balls to kind of push it out there. So yeah, I don't know if I'm making any sense here, but at least that's how I feel. That's how I feel it works. And I feel like yeah, my description is probably not as good as Flaubert's, but similar ballpark, mate. Kind of similar area. All right. Catch you on the next one.